Greetings and salutations, fellow gamers. Lukey P here with another episode of Let's Play Supreme Ruler Ultimate with Brazil. This game has just got quite interesting. So you'll see a load of red around the world, which are the colonies of the UK. But you also see an announcement that China have declared war on us. So we have been sucker punched while we're at war with the UK. I guess that probably isn't that surprising because we now have a border with China. But I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to get to have to deal with them yet. But that is what it is, basically. So we need to we need to try and work out how to fight a far superior foe. Because if I look at them, their military is 2.76 million. Ours is 1.51. But ours is spread out all over the world. I should imagine most of China's is concentrated and can be brought to bear against us in this small area here. So this is going to be a difficult war for us. They've somehow landed a gun down there. So yeah, this is going to be challenging. Ideally what we want to do is to wipe out the forces down here, and then hopefully we can hold a line here. What I have done is I did get declared on a couple of days ago, maybe 5 days ago. So I did just start throwing down a whole bunch more land production units in the mainland area because quite frankly we're going to need them. There's no two ways about it. War with China was not something we were looking for. I mean, if we win it, it would be amazing because we're absorbed 700 million population. But my worry is now, as we advance here, India will declare war and we'll be sandwiched between 1 billion worth of people coming after us, which is not so good. So yeah, interesting times. Having a bit of a check of our economy. I just turned off a bunch of that because where we've conquered this area, we've basically conquered the world supply of rubber pretty much. People are going to struggle now, I'd imagine, because we basically have got the world supply of rubber. Yeah. This is not going to be an easy war. I'm just trying to work out. I think I've just got to go for sheer mass production, I guess, in the area. So we we're doing all right, but a lot of this is, I mean, that is what it is. 100,000 military goods per day, so we can go for 29 days before we get into real trouble. Ironically, the people we would normally look to buy from are China when we're short of goods. So let's see if perhaps Germany want to sell us any. Possible, but probably look to the market rather than take that price, and let's see about. Again, probably look to the market rather than take that price, but we will see. Yeah, if it gets back down to 5,000, I happily buy as many as we want, but we're up at 16,000 at the moment, so yeah, we're going to struggle. And we've chucked down these around here, so a whole bunch of industrial and goods. So I think we need to be content with what we've thrown down for now. It's tempting to put spam land production facilities here, but I think we'll have to make do with what we've got for the time being. I may just choose to change. Where's my production options? So rather than quality, let's go balance, because we do want a volume of units to be getting across to certain places now. Anti-aircraft guns. We are trading a bit more with these guys to it. Don't know where you guys are going, but so we've captured that base, which we will just rebuild, and then perhaps we can send our. Got to be a bit careful because they have got anti-aircraft. People we've had before haven't really had any anti-aircraft. These guys have. So building some barracks there. We want to dot them around to give our guys various places to rest and resupply. This is our African adventure. It's going fine, really. I wish our artillery would not kind of just sit around, but would actually get involved in the war. That would be pretty nice. I don't think the Brits in that part of the world are going to pose us that many problems. Oh, that is horrific. The amount of goods we are... I mean, we can just buy them off the market as we need them. Battle zone control. Okay, so we don't really need that to be high priority. We don't need that to be high priority. Yeah, and just checking we're not sending our units to places they don't need to go. So that British Burma is just basically held by that guy. So if I take this out, that is it for them, I think. Don't need that there. It wouldn't hurt us to have like a... Oh, what are you doing? Oh, this is why I hate the computer's control. Look at it. It's trying to send a single combat engineer deep into China to conquer a place called Chengdu. It's just unbelievable stupidity. It really, really is. Guys are all out of supplies. You're running out of oil. How are you running out of oil? We've got loads of oil, haven't we? Yeah, absolutely loads of it. I think I want to send you over to there. We may have to turn our we may have to turn some of our auto deployment of people off, basically, because they're just not that smart. At least we're not... Go and sink those units. if you can sink these guys while they're at sea, they don't really get a chance to fight. This is, I think, because we've got our priority for the theatre turned up. They're just going after all sorts, even though we haven't told them. So we're going to turn that off, I think. So what's happening here is I use battle zone control. Battle zones are a lot smaller than theatres. When the war broke out, I thought, oh well, I'll change it to high priority. And what it seems to be doing is it seems to be targeting big cities, which is great, except when it sends single units to try and do what you'd need a small army to do. Seem to be making some progress, so we've kind of taken that battle zone there, I think, and if we can hold that for a time, that might be kind of okay, I think. How are we doing on industrial goods? Not great. So why are you guys standing, guarding, doing not much? Repairs. The Malay states, I want to annex that because that is the world supply of rubber, so I don't want the colony trading with anyone else. So that's surrendered, which is awesome. We can turn all these off, because I do not need all of these producing rubber. Scrap that. Scrap that. I'm fine for power. Let's scrap some of these. Chinese are sending what I would love to have is subs. Yeah, so I've sent a lot of them down there, haven't I? Because I'm trying to sink them here at I'm trying to sink them before they basically get before they get there, but they're now in this area. I could do with, have I got any land, any Air Force in reserves? No, basically I haven't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send these down to Kuala Lumpur, where we will I'm just turning these off because yeah, there's no need to rebuild these or have these on. Oh, I can change hotspots. Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know I could do that. So that is where in hotspots. So the computer's setting hotspots based on my commands, I guess. Okay. We got units queued up in here. We have, let's send those to the front. So let's not forget what we were trying to do, which was let's also send a bunch of you over to here. We got an airfield somewhere. Georgetown will do as well. See, so the supply and these aren't great, so I'm going to turn these off because I just don't need these. Okay, let's let it play for a little bit. So we're trying to bring our air units down here.
We took their capital.
Because this should allow us to start what is it? 50, and it was about there. Yeah, let's try it. So they have landed some of their units trying to get a foothold there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell these guys to go on air patrol over this area. The reason I'm going to do that is because hopefully if they see anyone coming in, they will bomb them. So bomb the units who are there, help drive these guys out, and in future if others try to come in, it will take them out as well. That's the plan anyway, so you should go on air patrol over this part. So this is our war. Where was it destroyed? Yeah, we trade with them. Okay, so I understand that going down. Okay. Yeah, we're taking a hammering here. They've got an absolute load of artillery, which is problematic for us. I haven't told you to prioritise that battle zone, have I? I don't understand why you're throwing units into that bit. I think we can make this a little area around that. What I do really want to do is see if I can take out those I mean, this could be risky, but I've got to try something on these guys here. They've got one. They've only got one anti-aircraft, so that's we didn't lose any British Burma capital. Oh, that's up here. Burma. I think I want a colony to border India for now. So let's colonize them and see what happens. I hope this isn't a mistake, giving them lots of land and people back, but let's see. Brazilian Burma, 4 million. Not ideal, but we can live with that, I think. Oh, we don't know what they need yet. That's fine. Let's so this is the kill zone basically over there. So what we really need is an absolute ton of artillery to go up there. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to say all I want you to build is artillery, which takes 11 days. I want you to build literally hundreds. If I hold shift, does that? Oh, I don't know what that is. No, no idea. Okay. And then let's just toggle these top 5 on. I'm sure it will still work with continuous auto build. Should have thought of that sooner rather than clicking on mass. So what I want them to do is they should then auto deploy, and I think I can set a rally point somehow, can't I? So if I go here, set rally, go to the front, go to here basically. See, loads of artillery doing nothing. Go to the front line for goodness sakes, you cretins. Let's see if we can do some more damage to some of their artillery. I don't think they've got anti-aircrafts now. Oh no, they've got a load of units in reserve, including anti-aircrafts. You bomb, there's a unit there which is nearly dead. You should always try and kill nearly dead units. Just to awesome. See, the little bit of human interaction at times is what is needed to if I can blow up their actually what I want to target is their mobile AA guns, I think. That's are we doing? So we're still at 1.5. How's China? 2.75. They're getting bigger and we're getting smaller. Well, I think we can see the flavour of this war, which is a struggle. I almost wonder if we want peace with the UK in order to focus on our war with China. Let's see what it would take to get the UK to agree peace with us so that we can just focus on peace. What if we offered you? No, they basically... I don't think there's any way to get peace with these guys. Let's send it and see. Any offer to end hostilities is of no interest to us. Okay, I mean, you can't really hurt us that badly. I wonder how much territory Britain's got left, actually, because maybe if I pounce and grab that, they might not have any things left, I guess. A BTR 40B Soroveki, what is that? It's pretty good. Pretty good. What I think I need to do is to stop getting my... So this is full we're on. If I go to high, that does what? I'll put this down to high. Because I'm a bit frustrated by my military units throwing themselves away when they don't need to. So for example, you've got an absolute load of units around here which could do well holding lines here. That could be a key city. So let's we will do one more push and then I think we will end this episode, because this war could last for a very long time. We're going to lose Nanking, so let's just scrap that. Means we're in danger of losing. That there, so let's send in some units to try and help hold it. Singapore. Oh, good. Nope. 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 And we keep that. Some of these things we do want to keep. Sea pier, yep. Okay. Put that back down to 30. That's alright, that's alright. Coal's fine. Metal's fine. Electricity's fine. Consumer goods. Military consumption, and that is both very worrying. Oh, don't follow those guys. That was my fault. Absolute kill zone. You've retaken a king, which I really couldn't care less about. You guys are just getting hammered. What I really think we should do with these guys. So these guys have got longer range, I think, than them. So we should say, let's just bombard that square. And let's have you guys bombard that. Pre-century cruiser, we could sure do without you being there. But I think they've got too many. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to use, so the bombard feature I think basically hits a square until you tell it to do otherwise. So what we're basically saying is any units which show up there, we are going to blow to smithereens. And try and make it a death trap and move up just row by row, square by square. See if we can hit that. why are you all advancing? I definitely don't want that. Just step back a second. No, doesn't seem to be working. Bombard. Time for you guys to go for repairs. So I think we are going to end that episode there. So you can see this is going to be a pitched battle for a long time. I mean, the only thing I can say is they are losing a bit of population as we push up here. Their main forces do seem to be around here, which is why this is an absolute kill zone for me. But I do really want to hold on to this area which we took from the Brits, because it's got some really good at least we've got a barracks there now, which is good. Yeah, it's got some good kind of these are all getting repaired, so yes, this will be a battle for a long time. Hey, there's 2.3 million sitting there waiting to be taken by us, so hopefully at some point soon our units will realise that taking them is kind of a good idea. That's a railroad, which is useful for supplies, but not so useful for... Let's just bridge it at various points. So yeah, off camera we will be looking at a few things. So you can see our industrial goods production has returned to somewhat normalcy after massive loads, and that is because we were building. So here we've now got these able to churn out units. So these should, I mean, the computer will automatically be churning units out from here. They're automatically churning units out here. These mechanized engineers, I don't want to throw them away, but I do want to send them to the front to help build seaports and barracks, and building our infrastructure around here is kind of going to be pretty key. So our supplies are right there. If we can get a barracks in there, that will kind of help us. If they just... I don't know why my units are trying to go into this territory here. It's a bit frustrating. So yes, this is a big war, which, as you can tell from my efforts throughout this episode, we were ill prepared for. We don't have the necessary number of units, the necessary number of men to be competing. Our army is it's 1.5 and it plays there 2.7. So yeah, over 1 million smaller, which is not good. We do have units streaming in from various areas. The Brits are never going to agree peace with us, which is kind of a bit naff. We are slowly taking all of their Asian possessions, at least. So we've taken a lot of land around here. That I want to... So as you can tell, fighting these wars, at least the way I play this game, takes a long time, which is why I keep wandering off to different parts of the world and getting distracted. There is a school of thought which says, you know, focus on one area, pay attention to that all the time. I prefer to pause and just, you know, even little things, partly for your own sanity when you're playing this game, is wander off, do something in an area, and then come back. So for example here, these are all offensive units. This is an air base near the front line. All your offensive units should be in an air base near the front line. I may tell them to go and push and take British Southern Rhodesia's capital. And then, yeah, that's Portuguese, that's fine. This is British Northern Rhodesia. So I think we've kind of wiped out a whole host of their African possessions, which is good. But the war with China will take a long time. We have taken some land, but you know, they're huge. They're absolutely huge, and it will be a long war. My only hope is that over time, the fact that they have 28 land and 26 air, and we have 93 land and 37 air, will start to tell. But this kill zone with their artillery, so Mark V 150mm towed, that has 41km range, which is the same as our artillery, and that is the problem. I can't outgun them, which is problematic. It means the only way out of this is really to slowly throw units in and chip away at their capabilities. What we may do, just thinking about it, is look at where are their land productions, because one option, because we've got them and we've got lots of money, which we will do just at the end of this episode, is send in the spies. So if we see useful things like military production, so it's not being built at the moment, that's industrial. Espionage. So I want you to sabotage that. And then that looks useful. Sabotage that as well. production. Let's sabotage that. And a lot of these missions will fail. I've very little doubt of that, but that's their intelligence academy itself. Military, yeah, sabotage that. So we will send a lot of these out because I wish there was a way to easily identify where their land production is. But I fear there isn't. Hydro plants, that could take out their power, which will then make it a lot harder for them to run their economy. Wow, that is a lot of planes. What is the Farman? It's a patrol plane. Couldn't care less because they've got anything near the front line which is producing units. Nice to send some subs there, wouldn't it? But they would run out of the ability to do much. Pretty sharpish, I'd imagine. Sabotage that. Right, so we've launched a whole load of sabotage operations. I really wish I could find more of that. Oh. I wonder if their land production is all in Japan. A lot of it might be. Military. That's production. Yes, I'm remembering they captured Japan, and Japan did have a lot of capabilities to produce units, particularly around Tokyo, I think. Yeah. Let's see what we can get up there. One of our intelligence agents is believed to have been captured. Yeah, the one we sent to target their intelligence academy. No great surprise there. Just wondering if we should build another intelligence academy. I think I will do. 5,000 tons of industry goods, that's not much. Two of those. And we will leave that episode there, as I said about 10 minutes ago, because yeah, this will just take ages. I will be back next time. I am back. I will tell you a bit about what's going good or bad with the war with China, if I've learnt any things I didn't know before. I'll tell you a bit about how that mass spam of spy sabotage missions is going on. I suspect I may have just chucked a bunch of money at sabotage missions, but we've got more money than we possibly know what to do with. China's also got a load of money. This would be fun, I tell myself. almost making myself believe it. So I'm Lukey P. I hope you've stuck with the episode. Thank you for bearing with my rambling and my sometimes incoherent jumping around the map. Hopefully you see a bit of the strategy I've been trying to employ. And yes, when we come back, hopefully we'll be damaging China a bit more significantly than we have been. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you again soon.